This is a Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and today he's taking on the challenge to guess our belt. And that might not be as easy as it seems.
I'm a one stripe blue belt.
Hi guys, I'm Bas from Delta JiuJitsu, first degree black belt. Today I'm here at Impact Fit and try to guess the belts of these guys here.
He has to try and match the belt to the correct person. Starting with Sonny. The black belt Bas can choose from which position he wants to start. And in this case he wanted to start from open guard. And you immediately see Sonny going for the ankles, trying to lock him down. And then arm drag position here from the black belt rolls him over, but Sonny stays on top. A good start here to the first fight. When you watch these fights here today, also think for yourself what belt you think he is and write them down in the comments. I'm very curious to see. Bas is now here on a top position in half guard, tripoding, and then passes into side control position. He uses his right shoulder to pressure and then gets knee on belly. Is he gonna go for top mount or is he gonna stay in that position? No, he goes into top mount. He immediately goes for the arm triangle, pushes with his chest upwards, uses his left arm to isolate the arm. And then from here he has an arm triangle position, beautifully done. Sonny trying to defend, shrimping, going to his side, but he has to tap. Beautifully done. There's still a couple seconds left in the round, which they are gonna finish. Sonny again going for the ankle, but that's going to be the end of the first fight. Here you see the highlights one more time. Sonny going for the ankles, but being arm dragged. Then Bas on top, going to top mount and eventually getting the tap. But before we continue, this video is sponsored by BJJ Notes, the most trusted training journal for Jiu-Jitsu. It helps you remember what you learned, plan drills, spot strengths and weaknesses, and see your weekly progress. Over 8,000 grapplers use it to train smarter. Try it for free or lock the annual plan using code BJJAH while the limited price still lasts. The link is in the description. And once again, thank you BJJ Notes for sponsoring this video. And now it is time for Bas to pick a belt. He goes for the one stripe blue belt. Whatever belt he picks, he can change it later on, either at the end or in between. If he feels like he got it wrong, he can change it at any time. And then it is time for match number 2, Finn stepping forward. Again, Bas wants to start from open guard position. Finn starting on his feet instead of on his knees, gives a nice little boop and then jumps into the butterfly guard. Immediately here, beautifully done by Bas. Easy sweep, gets it to top position. A lot of pressure immediately from Bas, moving around, tripod position again. Finn using his right leg to try and maybe trap him, but it doesn't work. And then Bas moves into top mount position. Bas on top. Again, Finn trying to defend it, trying to pull his shoulders down, but it doesn't work. Then going for the hips. As you can see, so far in the first 2 matches, he has great pressure. Here you see an Americana trying to get the lock, but Finn managed to defend it and he doesn't get it. 5 more seconds to go. He keeps the top mount position, putting his hips low, putting in some pressure, but despite trying to shrimp out of it, Finn can't do it and it is the end of his fight. Which means we're gonna see the highlights one more time. You see Finn jumping in immediately, being swept, and then eventually again Bas getting the top position, kept the position, tries the mother's milk. Finn didn't have to tap. Here you see also the Americana, but it wasn't a finish. What belt is Bas going to choose? He can choose the black belt, purple belt, blue belt or white belt. 3-stripe white belt for Finn. Like I said earlier, of course he can change it later on, but for now Finn gets the 3-stripe white belt. Next up is going to be Farley, stepping up to the plate, ready for his match. Again, Bas going to the open guard position. Farley standing upwards, trying to get some positions here, trying to go to the inside, can't get it. And here almost gets a beautiful pass, but Bas beautifully defends it as well. Again going for the arm drag, then goes low, doesn't get it. And here they go into a leg lock position. He can't seem to get it. Farley still in a good position, has the underhook under the right elbow, but Bas uses it to try and lift him upwards, again going for the leg lock position. Here he seems to get it. Farley, what is he going to do to defend it? He's using his pressure a little bit more forwards, using his hips, but Bas at the end still gets the takedown and goes for the ankle lock position. Farley defending it, underhooks his leg, trying to get out of it. Beautifully done by both parties here. Again, rolling through his knees now, trying to apply it. Farley doesn't seem that much in danger, or at least not like he's gonna tap. And that's going to be the end of his match. Great match, a little bit different than previous ones, not going to top mount, but going for the leg lock position. Farley trying to get the pass, but he doesn't get it. And then eventually they end up here in this great scramble, underhooking the leg, going for the leg lock position. Eventually he gets him down, goes for the straight ankle lock, doesn't get it, even when he goes to his knees. And now it's going to be time to pick a belt. He picks the 2-stripe purple belt for Farley. Do you agree with this one, or do you think he should have gone higher or lower? Before we continue with this video, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100k subscribers by the end of the year. It's very ambitious, but it's going crazy at the moment. Thank you guys so much for the support. Please like and subscribe. And then for our next match is going to be our Serbian Mikailo. Here you see him in a bit of a difficult position, but he manages to go to a north-south position, but he doesn't keep it for long. Here you see Bas 2-on-1 position and then powers through. Gets somewhat of a double leg takedown, was more of a body lock, but he does end up in guard position. Open guard, you see one butterfly hook on the left from Mikailo, and you see him using his right one to paw at him, trying to move him around. Here you see him trying to pass his guard. He pushes his leg down, trying to go from half guard to side control. He almost gets it. He goes to a tripod position, and then eventually he does manage to get to side control position. Beautifully done. Again, using his right shoulder to pressure and going to the top mount position. He's been doing this almost every single fight. He didn't have enough time to do anything with it, but he did get a position, and we're gonna look at the highlights one more time. Here you see Mikailo going around him, but it wasn't enough to keep a position. This is going to be a difficult one to judge. Is he gonna go for the black belt? Is he gonna go lower? Is he gonna change it for the purple belt? Everything is possible. This was a really close fight. He picks the 1-stripe blue belt for Mikailo. And now we are going into our last 3 matches, and with the black belt still up for grabs. This time it's going to be Leo stepping forward to the mat, ready to put on a great show. Starting low, hips low, immediately starts to engage. He knows I'm not going to waste any time, I'm going to show what I can do here. Underhooking his right leg with his left arm, trying to swirl him around him, doesn't get it just yet. Bas trying to use it to go for a leg lock position, almost gets it, goes underneath it, beautifully done. Leo locking his legs, and then he gets out of it, almost gets into a better position, but Bas readjusts his guard, again open guard position, 2-on-1, this time on Leo's right arm. Meanwhile, Leo trying to pass, but he doesn't seem to get it just yet. He tries to jump over, but almost gets swept. He still keeps his balance, still hasn't fallen over just yet. And here you see another beautiful butterfly sweep, but Leo managed to stay on top still, but here he does get swept. Leo with his right leg over his back, trying to keep a better position, somewhat of a guard position, and goes into a different position, not something you see quite often, rubber guard position. And that was the end of the fight. Here you see the highlights one more time, trying to swirl him around, but after not getting the leg lock position, Leo tried to pass him, didn't get it just yet, and then eventually Bas got a sweet position before ending up in rubber guard. What belt is he going to pick? He chooses the black belt for Leo. Leo puts it around him, which means there's only a 0-stripe blue belt left and a white belt. And now it's time for Roel to step up for his next match. Immediately starting, a little bit eager to start maybe, and then again Bas again from bottom position, trying to use his knees, moving around a little bit. Doesn't get a good position just yet, using his legs and his arms to frame and try and get a better position. Bas on his back, comfortable, goes for the leg lock position like he's been trying a couple of times here. He does get it, tries to roll him over, and he gets that as well, and immediately goes for a footlock position. Here a bit of a awkward situation, doesn't get it, but here he does find the footlock position and gets the tap. That doesn't mean the end of the round, they continue. Bas on his butt, playing open guard, just laying on his side, trying to invite Roel in to maybe make a mistake. Still more of a waiting game at the moment, pawing at each other, trying to find the right moment, moving a little bit forward, but then eventually Roel goes a little bit too far and then ends up being swept, and that is going to be the end of the fight. The second to last match is done. He can choose between a blue belt or a white belt. We are looking at the highlights one more time. Here you see him getting the footlock position and getting the tap. and then they continued in the round, and then you see him also getting a sweep. Is he going to pick the blue belt or the white belt? He's walking forward. What is he going to pick? He picks the 4-stripe white belt. Like I said earlier, he can still change the belt. He can do it now or he can do it later, but he wants to wait until the end. There's one more belt left and one more person to go, and that is going to be myself stepping up against the black belt. For a second I thought he wanted to wrestle with me, but then he pulled guard, and once again we are starting from open guard position. I kind of bum rush him, made a big mistake, and I'm already on my back pretty early on in the fight. I'm using my right arm to overhook him, trying to get a position, and then I go for the guillotine. If you've seen some of my previous videos, you know I really like the guillotine, but here he underhooks my leg and passes into side control position. I've personally never seen that technique before. Maybe it's very common. I've never seen it, trying to defend the guillotine by underhooking the leg from guard position. Anyway, I couldn't do anything, and he immediately gets top mount position like he's done every single fight, almost every single fight. Beautifully done. Again, going for the arm triangle. I'm trying to defend it, but it doesn't matter to him. He goes to back position. At the moment, I just don't want to get submitted. I'm trying to defend it. I get the 2-1 position, trying to put his arm over my head and then try and put the back of my head to the mat so I don't get choked out. Trying not to give my neck away. It seems to work. Not long left in the match, and that's going to be the end of the fight. Here you see my mistake again, big time, but then I go for the guillotine. Of course it was never in or in any danger, but I did try it, and then eventually here you see him getting my back position, and then we only have one belt left. I mean, which one is he going to pick? It's not going to be a big mystery. He gives me the 0-stripe blue belt, which means every belt has been picked, everyone is in his position. This is the lineup he made. He now gets one more chance to try and change anything around if he wants to. After that, his decision is final. He is looking around, does he maybe want to change something, or is he gonna use his first instinct? But he does decide he wants to make a change. Roel and Sonny, which means Sonny now gets the 4-stripe white belt and Roel gets the 1st-stripe blue belt. This is going to be his final pick, and that's going to be it. This is his lineup. Do you agree with it or not? We're going to find out the results.
I am 4-stripe white belt.
That means he gets the first one wrong by 1 stripe.
I'm a 1-stripe blue belt.
Fuck!
Okay, I'll remember that.
I'm a 0-stripe blue belt.
He got that one correct.
I'm 1-stripe blue belt.
And that one was also correct.
I am 3-stripe white belt.
So he gave him a blue belt instead of a white belt.
I'm 2-stripe purple belt.
He got that one correct.
And I'm the black belt.
And that means that Leo is the black belt. Here you see the lineup he picked, and here you see what the correct picks should have been. He got fairly close, he got the upper belts correctly, but then at the beginning there were a couple of mistakes. Everybody, thank you guys so much for watching once again. Thank you to BJJ Notes for sponsoring this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's try and get 100k subscribers by the end of the year. I got some amazing stuff coming up. See you guys soon. Peace!